y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Felicia from the blog FeliciaGraves.com, and today I'm going to show you how to make a super simple freezer meal. I'm actually making this for dinner tonight as well as putting it in the freezer, so like a one for now, one for later type freezer meal. So today we're going to be making sheet pan chicken fajitas, and I am starting with some chicken breast tenders or tenderloins that are already sliced up. Now, I don't actually recommend this. What I would normally suggest that you do is to get regular chicken breast and slice it yourself. The only reason that I chose this method this time is because these happen to be on sale at my local grocery store. So I was like, oh, well, it works out. I can save myself a step. So I am putting half of what I have of tenderloins into my bowl for my dinner for tonight, for now. And I'm gonna put the other straight into my Ziploc bag here. And I've already written on the bag what this meal is, and I also put the directions on there because that can just be really handy to have sometimes, like if my husband happens to be the one preparing the dinner that night or anything like that. It just makes it a little bit simpler. So now I'm going to start with my oil, and we need 1 tablespoon of oil, and this is just any neutral oil you have. You can use olive oil, vegetable oil. I'm using avocado oil because I just happen to have an abundance of that currently. So each dinner serving gets 1 tablespoon of oil, and then it's going to get 1 tablespoon of a citrus juice. You can do either lemon or lime. I shouldn't just say citrus because I wouldn't want you to do orange juice. That would be disgusting. But we're gonna do 2 tablespoons. In this case, I'm using lemon juice. I think lime juice would actually be really good, but the lemon juice is also super delicious. So both of those got 2 tablespoons of the oil. And finally, I have some taco seasoning. So we're gonna use just a 1/4 cup of taco seasoning in both of these. And I'm trying to figure out what the easiest way to do that is gonna be. There we go, 1/4 cup there. And then 1/4 cup, oh, a 1/4 cup plus a little dash extra in that one. Certainly it's not gonna hurt anything. So now I would just take a spoon and I can stir this one up. I got a spoon here. Oh my goodness. What I also need to do is organize that drawer. Okay, so I can just stir this one up a little bit, kind of make sure that everything is coated and that seasoning really sticks on there really well. Okay, and instead of just stirring this one, I can just take it off my little stand here and just kind of massage it in, which is nice if you're making just freezer meals. You save yourself some dishes because you won't have the bowl and the spoon, that kind of thing. Just everything right in the bag. And now I can put it back on my stand. If you don't have one of these little stands, I can link them below for you, but honestly, I got away with using just a bowl for the longest time, and I would just kind of put my bag in an empty bowl and fold the sides down a little bit, and that kind of helped it stand. So you don't have to purchase this special equipment. I never want you to think that you would need to purchase something special like that. Now, I have 1 red onion here, and I have to tell you that I feel like most people might tell you to slice an entire onion for each meal. I'm gonna use half of an onion for each meal, and the reason why is that my family likes onion, but they don't love onion and want to marry it. So half of the onion is perfect for us. And I'm just slicing this. And then as the layers separate, you'll have all those nice little strands of onion. And so this half can just go right into my bowl. You don't really probably have to separate them super well, but that's just what I did. And the other half of the onion, this onion's a little potent, is gonna go into my bag for my freezer meal to have on a different night. Another bonus to writing the directions on your bag is that if you were to give this meal away, it's all just right there for you, ready to go. So this, just dump it in to our bag. I hope you can see already how insanely easy this meal is. So the next thing I'm gonna do is just prepare my bell peppers. And for each dish, I have an orange, yellow, red, and green bell pepper. Now, do you absolutely have to use these colors? No. It is always more cost-friendly, like budget-friendly, to use the green bell peppers. So if you want to just use all green bell peppers, you can do that as well. I like to have the extra color, so I opted to get the additional colors. Actually, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out the yellow bell peppers and save those for something else, because I think this might be a little bit too many bell peppers. So I'm going to do an orange, a red, and a green for the bowl, and an orange, a red, and a green for the bag. And again, I'm just going to slice them up, super simple, into little strips. Ooh. Throwing it around here a little bit. I really should have gone like full Rachel Ray and done like a whole, what does she call it, a garbage bowl? That's so handy. Sometimes I'll use like a grocery bag, like the plastic grocery store bags if I have those. I just didn't even think about it this time, and now I'm making this mess with my onions and my bell peppers. It's really handy to do like the garbage bowl or a little trash bag or something. All right, so there's an orange one for that one. Just keep on going. One thing I will say is that this is sheet pan chicken fajitas, but by no means would I attempt to claim that this is in any stretch a traditional Mexican meal, like Mexican cuisine. No, this is Tex-Mex that has been butchered a little further. But it is super simple and it is super delicious. And for me, if I can get a delicious, healthy meal that's easy to throw together on the table for dinner, then that's a win in my book. Doesn't mean I don't love some honest to goodness Mexican food and honest to goodness Tex-Mex, but I think it is okay if you break a few rules sometimes in your own home kitchen. And again, this is just, it's great because it is so simple. So once you get those cut up in strips, I'm gonna go ahead and finish this one that I have in the bowl before I continue cutting. Okay, so what I'm gonna do with this now is just stir it up a little bit. Kind of see if I can't get some of that seasoning onto our onions and bell pepper as well. Oops. I'm also going to make a little bit of a mess because of who I am as a person, and that's okay. Okay, so once we have this stirred up a little bit, or if you're making it for the freezer meal, once you've taken it out and let it defrost for about 5 to 10 minutes, it's time to transfer it to your sheet pan. What I have here is just a sheet pan that I have lined with some parchment paper, and I'm just dumping this out. I am gonna make sure and try to scrape my bowl a little bit, make sure I get all that good seasoning. And then we're just spread it out. It doesn't have to be an absolutely perfect, like, single layer here, but you want to do your best to get it mostly a single layer so that everything will cook evenly. And now I have my oven preheating at 400 degrees, so I'm going to go ahead and get this into the oven. Okay, so that's gonna cook at 400 degrees for 20 minutes. And then when you're ready to serve, you can put it on some tortillas with avocado, sour cream, pico de gallo, whatever your little heart loves on your regular chicken fajitas. That's the way you're gonna serve it up. Now let's go ahead and finish up the freezer meal portion that I am making. All right, so to finish this up for the freezer meal portion, I am just going to slice up all of my bell peppers. Turned my bowl here into a garbage bowl, took my own advice. And one thing that's really helpful is to try your best to keep these slices of your vegetables, like your peppers and your onion and your chicken, roughly the same size. Now, my chicken slices are much larger. I probably could have cut them down a little bit more even, but just didn't do that. And that's gonna be okay. The only thing that really affects is your cooking and how everything cooks evenly. So it is important, but it's not gonna be a complete deal breaker if it's not perfect. Just wanna get some nice slices here. One thing that I love about doing freezer meals this way, where it is the one for now and one for later method, is that it's just, I'm not gonna have to do any additional cleanup. You can see I'm not really making any extra dirty dishes. It's not gonna take me but just a few extra minutes to chop up a couple more veggies than if I was to make this on 2 separate nights. So it just is a little gift I can give to myself and a really easy way to do freezer meals. I have in the past done freezer meals where I spend like the entire day in the kitchen prepping tons and tons of freezer meals, and I don't not enjoy that. Like, that's a great way to do it as well, but I find it to be very helpful if I can just get a couple freezer meals pulled together kind of as I go, just here and there. That way I have one kind of in case of emergency and we're less likely to rush to take out. That's my kind of thought process behind that at any rate. Now I am just going to transfer my sliced bell peppers here into my bag. And that is it. This is ready to go directly into the freezer. And because the chicken was not pre-cooked, I don't have to worry about it cooling or anything to try to prevent freezer burn. It is good to go in directly like this. So what I will do is I'll just kind of flatten it out. I tried to get as much of the air out as possible. Flatten it down, and then I'm gonna go pop this into my deep freeze. When I'm ready to cook it, I'll bring it out, let it defrost for about 5 or 10 minutes, then pop it into a 400-degree oven for about 20 minutes or until the chicken is at 165. If you would like a printable version of this recipe, you can grab that totally for free in the description box below. Otherwise, please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it or if you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, y'all.